Hello everyone, and today our reading is going to be focusing on reassessing responsibilities. And I got this idea because when this video is going up, it's going to be right when the Sun is square Saturn. And Saturn's all about responsibilities, and a square can be a lot of tension. So I know I sometimes take on too much, and sometimes have a problem saying no to people or situations. And I felt like, okay, maybe we need to sit with this for a bit and kind of, just take a step back and look at the big picture, reassess maybe where I'm doing too much or maybe where you're doing too much. Sorry. I think this is for you as much as it is for me. So we're going to be looking at the situation, just kind of the overall energy of what's going on, and that's going to be a good way also to clarify if maybe that's your pile. The second part is going to be reassess. What do we need to look at? What do we maybe need to let go of? Just take a moment and have a little bit of honesty from the universe, which might be a little rough. We never know. But we're also going to be looking at what we can focus on. You know, we've looked at what we need to reassess, what we maybe need to let go of, but sometimes you need to keep all these things because perhaps that's part of your livelihood, but what perhaps right now, just in this moment, do we really need to focus on? And then advice, confirmations, affirmations, advice about how this, how the things are going to change, or, just advice on the overall read. It's going to really depend on what comes up in your reading. So today, to help pick piles, I actually have 3 of these lovely pins, and I'll hold them up in a minute to the camera. And these are done by a dear friend of mine, Lily Lou Art, and I'll be tagging them in the description. I'll put their link, their shop up there, and these are beautiful pins. We will hold those up in a minute. First, we're going to pick 3 cards from our unicorn deck. And between the cards that come up and the pin, those will be the piles. And again, this is a hefty deck, so I have to shuffle in segments for a show. So I felt that reassessing was going to be very important. Just because I know I'm going through a lot of changes in my life. Most people I have come across are also going through changes. This is a timeless reading, but there's been a pretty significant eclipse season. So if you're looking at this in the future, it could be the next eclipse season coming up for you. It could be the following week. Or it could just be a time in your life where it just seems like there is a lot going on. I don't have this down to a science, you can tell, but I just shuffle as it comes. It could just be a time in your life where it feels like there's a lot going on. There's just sometimes a little overwhelming. We got pile 1. And so sometimes I know I need to do this occasionally. Is just take a step back and be like, okay, what's really going on here? What's actually happening right now? What do we need to look at? Okay, well, didn't mean to flip that over, but there we go. My brain is going in one direction and my hands are moving in a different one, so okay. We're going to do uprights, that's fine. Okay, so pile 1, you have the Emperor, and your pin is this beautiful dandelion. It's very sparkly. So we have this dandelion pin. Trying to get it so the glare isn't too intense on this. These are pins, so they lay a little differently on there we go, okay. So the second pile, King of Swords, and you have the Sun T pin, which again, nice and sparkly, always a favorite. And the third pile, we have the Five of Swords. And we have this Mystic Eye pin. Still sparkly, but it's a little more high contrast. Okay, so feel free to pause the video if you need to take time, kind of sit with any of these piles. Pause, there'll be timestamps below, so you can jump right to the pile or piles. If you feel drawn to more than one, that's perfectly fine. So take your time, and I will see you in your pile. Hello, pile 1. So if you picked pile 1, you picked the Emperor and our dandelion pin here. And again, what we're looking at is reassessing responsibilities. I have the breakdown a little more in depth in the intro. And again, this really cute little notepad here is done by Butte Art, and I will link both them and Lily in the description because we like supporting our friends who are also artists. Yay! Okay. So the Emperor, I like reading. This is the book, by the way, that comes with the Last Unicorn deck. It's literally a tiny leather-bound book, and I love it. So let's find our Emperor. Oh, too far, too far, too far. Get a little ribbon in there, too. Or, no. Want these things? Not there. We go. Okay. And I appreciate it because they give like a general overview and then an upright and also a reversed description, which is really, really nice. So I'm just going to read the kind of upright vibe, if you will, because again, right now we're just assessing the pile's energy to see if this is your pile. Says, your authority and role as leader are well established. You create order and structure from chaos and rule over your domain with a firm hand. This is a card of controlled action as you rise above potential conflicts and bend them to your will. Rely on your reason and your self-discipline to take the mature approach. Okay, awesome. All right. So let's I'm going to put your significator card over there. Put our pin right there. So I'm going to get one of, or whoever wants to come out and play, one of our Green Witch tarots. Burping. We're going to get some runes, and I also have some of the wooden tokens as well. And we're just going to get an energy of what's happening in this pile. All right, we have continuance. Okay, let's get rune. Ooh, okay, we've got Ingus. That's a rune of kind of fertility, if you will. All right, and ooh, okay, this is a little token. Again, these are tokens that I've just made. They're little wooden tokens I painted. And so this one I always take to mean like soul family, chosen family, if you will. Okay. So I'm going to actually move this back over. Take a look at here and see what is going on. Oh, that's really interesting because look at this with the continuance, the apple with the moon goddess symbol up here, but also the rune of fertility. Very similar in that aspect. We have the sign of Virgo. Nope, sign of Capricorn. Sorry. The sign of Capricorn. My bad. Which is interesting because Saturn rules Capricorn. So there could be Capricorn placements in your chart or somebody maybe you know, because we are dealing with, not dealing, but soul family, close family, the chosen family around you, your circle of people, if you will, definitely seems to be significant in this. The dandelion pin reminds me of making a wish. you know, and not just any wish, but like a wish with just like childlike wonder, just a very innocent, pure wish of something you just really, really want. And I just, yeah, there's a lot of contrast between the Emperor card and this very childlike wish. So I'm wondering if the responsibilities that this pile is looking at or has in their day-to-day life might be conflicting with what maybe they really truly want. I'm just sitting with this for a minute. The people around you, I'm getting a sense that you do a lot for the people around you, the people in your circle, your community even. And you're good at it. Like, it's not to ever say that's, you know, not what you're good at, or maybe that, you know, like that could absolutely be your calling. You get fulfillment out of it. But perhaps this might be a time where we have to look at the long term. This continuance, the apple is symbolic for continuance. And with Capricorn here, Capricorn is this earth sign, so I get the idea of this fertility rune, the idea of like a seed. Look at it kind of this way. It looks like a seed sprouting because you have the little sprout coming up top and you have the little roots coming down. I'm going to put it like that so I can remember. Yeah, so it's like, what in the long run is going to help you? I'm trying to, again, it's like, it's weird trying to take a concept that I can see clearly in my brain and then put it into words. I already have difficulty sometimes articulating. Spicy brain moments, sorry. And we have the water symbol here. So I'm feeling like, yes, physically your material world is very solid, feels very stable. You know, you might be someone who, on the outside, someone looking in being like, yeah, they're good. They're solid. I don't know why they would want to do anything else. But there might be something like inside that you just, you know, again, it's a very innocent, maybe it's something from childhood that you've just always wanted to pursue or always wanted to look into, or, you know, just you had a wish, a very innocent wish. And you had to maybe put that to the side to take care of, you know, family, of friends, of your community. And we have the seeds here of the apple being shown as well. So the idea of like planting a tree and cultivating it so it can grow, it can sprout roots and grow up, and, you know, and then eventually it's bearing fruit. But that takes a long time. That fruit's going to nourish the people around you. You know, but you also have to make sure you're nourishing yourself. Okay, so I've getting the feeling that that's where we're going with this read. If that doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. There may be another pile that resonates with you. If a bunch of the piles resonate, that's awesome. You know, that's just the universe coming through. And if not, that's okay too. There are so many amazing tarot readers here on YouTube. If you ever need recommendations, I absolutely could, you know, drop 3 right off the top of my head. And you can certainly find many, many more that can help answer your question. All right, so I'm going to put the Emperor over here. I have to figure out, I made a pretty decoration, but now it's like, oh no, to make sure everything else fits. All right, we're going to slide this over. Okay, let's get some tea leaves. Everybody loves getting the tea. We've been working on our daily tarot tea for just little quick 1-minute reads with our tea leaves. And, oh, they've been a lot of fun. We got 4 right out of the bat. Jeez. Okay. Excuse. Alright, anybody in this pile? Kind of seeing that one. Okay. Got an astral house. Nice. Ooh, before we get into our tea leaves, I did also want to read for our Green Witch Oracle for Apple. I swear I can talk. Sorry, that wasn't a ugh for anybody else but me, being like, really? Words are a thing. All right, here we go. Make sure the glare isn't too bad. The future is assured, and hope is all around for whatever is going on in the moment. Now is a brilliant time to work on your vision for the future, on goals and reevaluating past decisions. Ooh, okay, so that definitely feels like this past idea or wish, the concept that we were talking about. So, it feels like now things are really solid with the Emperor here. But, okay, let's keep reading. Apples also align with the energy of love, and especially on bringing romantic bonds closer together. Look at the individual elements of a situation a little more closely and be sure that you stand strong in your unique qualities. Keep ideas to yourself at the moment. Ooh, okay. So we'll take a look-see. I'm from that, and this might only apply to a very, very small percentage of people who ever watch this. That sense of like people looking from the outside in, being like, oh my God, they have all the things. They're solid. They've got an awesome career. They've got an awesome job, like whatever it could be. But there could be something for you in your personal reality, in your world, that you feel perhaps is lacking. And that could be, sorry, a little piece of paper trying to fall over. And we'll get some more information on that, but I'm getting a sense that it could be something maybe more on an emotional or spiritual level. Oh, goodness. I am belching a lot today. I am sorry. Spirit's active. Anyways. Older man. Dealing or relationships with an older man. And this can also be just an elder, who has a more masculine energy to them, or someone who has perhaps like a mentor or someone who has a lot more experience than you. I don't know. I tend to read things very gender neutral because club. Something, good Lord. Let's try this again. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. Astral health, wealth. Ooh, that's always a fun one. All right, I'm going to put this one to the side because it's an astral house. The well. Family wishes coming true. And our deck's in the way. Horse. A short journey. Okay. Let me just... Cards like to slide around, so I tend to weight them down with little stones. Whatever we got. All right, so we'll put wealth over here. So, okay, I want to get some more clarifiers, but yeah, I'm and again, I've never done but I've just started on my own journey of like reading for a collective. I usually do very personal one-on-one readings, so I don't know. It's like sometimes I'm getting these little bits in and I'm like, I don't know where to go. So this could be like this older person, this elder, this more experienced person could be, someone in your community, your circle of people that you've been taking care of, and while that's been amazing, it could, yeah, and again, that could be something very, very specific for a very specific group of people or a single person. It may be time to kind of reassess, where your future is in relationship to them. And where it's like, it's wonderful to, take care of or be taken care of, if it's a mentor situation, if someone is helping you out, but then taking a step back and reestablishing like where you want to go, like what your family wishes. And that's interesting. It goes back to, I think, to this dandelion, like what perhaps you wanted. You know, this, what your definition of family is. All right, so let's get some cards for all of our T's. Seeing you. Six of Cups. A lot of childhood innocence, because Six of Cups is about nostalgia, childhood, the dandelion. Like, I'm definitely, yeah. This could be someone from your childhood, someone you've known for a very long time. Ooh, okay. And the Tower. This might be relating actually to this person. This is someone you've known perhaps for a long time, or even known of. Like, there could, again, it's someone in your circle, in your community. And while for the time that you had with them was wonderful, that you may have moved to a point where you no longer want to, I don't want to say follow them. I'm seeing this one. But you maybe want to go out on your own. And there, you know, that may be something that they are not okay with. You know, some people get very used and very comfortable to a particular routine, to a particular, you know, this is how things are. I'm comfortable with this, so that is how they should remain. And it's, you know, it may be time to take a step back and look at, like, where you want to set, you know, your roots in. Where do you want to set your roots? So you can sprout, so you can grow. You know, and I don't feel this is like a situation where this person is malicious in any particular case. Because again, we have some very innocent, gentle energy happening. It could just be they're very comfortable in the way things are. And they may not be seeing you want to move on. And it could come to a point where they're just like, well, I need you to do this. I want you to do this. And you're like, no, I don't want to do that, with the club here. And that could lead... the Tower is one of those cards. It can be very scary, but the Tower is basically saying this change, this breakdown of a foundation is coming whether we like it or not. And it's about kind of how you face it, how you handle it, how you deal, how you react to it. And this is I like this. Again, I love this deck. It's just a pretty deck too. But the idea of, like, this, yes, this tower has stood for so long, but is finally just, it's crumbling and falling into the sea, and it's devastating in a lot of ways. But look at all the unicorns that are free now. You know, they're no longer trapped. It's part of the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, go educate yourself. All right, well, family wishes coming true in the Hierophant. Okay. Going back to this, I'm getting the sense that, like, yeah, this was someone who's was very comfortable in the structure that they had. But you're getting the key. See, this figure is holding a key. I'm getting the sense that you're having this light bulb moment. This like, aha, I know what I need. I know what I want. You know, and I can find the key to open the door, to find my own way. And these two, I'm not sure if they're ravens or crows, but these two birds here very much remind me of, in Norse mythology, I believe they're called Hunan and Munin. I am so sorry if I get that wrong. Someone please correct me in the comments. I'm sure you will. But the idea is that they're Odin's messengers. They go out in the world and they collect information, and they come back and they tell him what's going on in the world. They're like the all-seeing eyes. And so you may need to take a little time and collect this information. You know, what's going on in the world, what's going on with the situation. And also, I'm saying on the flip side of that, it's very easy to fall into gossip. I would advise against that, because we're looking at, you know, the apple went back in the guidebook that said keep things kind of close to your chest right now. These moves that you're making, these decisions that you're making to perhaps strike out on your own, you know, make that move to, on a horse, short journey, make that move to, forge your own path. Right now, it might be good to kind of listen, be those crows and listen in. It just, you would be amazed sometimes what you can learn. And I don't mean eavesdrop. I don't mean like purposefully going and like listening into someone else's conversation. But sometimes when people are just talking, it's amazing what you can learn by what they say or how they say it. So just listen to what's going on around you. Because it feels like this could be a situation where, it's moving to a point where you're like, I really don't want to do this anymore. And it's a big change. What you could be facing could be a very big, significant change. But it goes back to like, what are your wishes? What do you need? What do you need in your life? All right, I'm seeing this one. 10 of Wands, yeah. This has been weighing on your mind. And that's very interesting. You have all these unicorns kind of, running or busting out of this guy's head. They're fleeing out of the water. They're pushing up. And again, we have these unicorns here. I don't know. I just find that synchronicity very interesting. And horses, too. Horses and unicorns. So it doesn't seem like this is... I don't know how to explain this. Like, it's not a huge journey where it's not like you're moving across the country or out of country. You're not... So it, like, physically, in your physical reality, could actually be a very short, a very small shift. But in your internal world, in your mind and your emotions, in the center of your being, it's a very big shift. It's a very powerful, significant shift. All right, and let's get a significator for our... Ooh, oh, no, I don't need half the deck, please. I just need... All right, thank you. For wealth over here. Oh, yeah, 9 of coins. Okay, that's... All right, so we're definitely looking at not only kind of striking out on your own, I'm feeling, but establishing your own independence. Physically, in your physical realm, whether that means like maybe your own place, getting... Perhaps if this is someone you work for, it's a mentor kind of situation, getting your own job away from, not saying away from them like you're fleeing the situation. I hope that's not the situation. I'm so sorry if it is. But finding a way to stand on your own 2 feet. Like just finding your independence. This stability, it's like, it's great to help to stand on a foundation that someone else has built because it feels very steady, but it's very important to establish our own foundation, here with the Tower, because it's a foundation that we've built, that you've built. You know it inside and out. You know all the aspects of it. Because sometimes you come across these bits of someone else's foundation, you're like, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't think that's for me. So... Okay. All right. I'm going to put our unicorn over here. Let's get the Tarot of the Divine. Let's get our Divine Tarot in. Okay. So I know I skipped around a lot. I'm really sorry. So we've kind of gone over the situation and like what perhaps needs to be reassessed or let go of. This idea of like moving away from someone else's ideals or foundations or their institution even. Like if it's a company, it's shifting companies. That can be a short move, but it can be really scary too. Maybe this company, if this is the idea of like your boss or the organization that you're with, and maybe they make a shift and it's like, that's not why I joined. You joined with this very innocent, outlook of where this could go and what it could do. And you saw the potential. You saw that childhood wish of like, yes, and it could very much be that like that company, some places, like, they become like family. But upper management perhaps is making a shift in a direction you're not okay with. Uh, and that can be really scary. So just taking the time to kind of listen to yourself, look for the keys that could open doors. Keys could be opportunities. They could be a conversation of like, oh yeah, I heard, so and so over at this place was, they were talking about a possible opening, or oh, there's a job fair at such and such, and just again, just taking note of the things kind of happening around you. And it's a short, again, I get this, the idea of movement, not a big move. Significant moves, powerful moves don't have to be huge. If anybody is ever, if you're familiar with Bruce Lee, and they had this move called a 1-inch punch, and they put so much power behind this move, and it was literally within inches, and they would put so much power in it they could throw a person. They were just an incredible legend in their own right. So I don't know why that specific idea came up, but anyways, there it is. Can tell some of my nerd background right there. But that idea of a short move doesn't, it can be a very powerful, important shift. And it's clearly something that's, the situation now is very heavy. But 10s are interesting because 10s are also the end of a cycle. They're like, okay, we've gotten to the point where things are heavy, things are a lot, it's overwhelming. Whew, okay, now we get to make that shift to this idea of the 9 of coins, the independence. And that in the coin suit, it's like that you're moving into this period of independence. And I say like wealth, but not necessarily, I mean, if it is financial wealth, like, awesome. But also just like the abundance that is around you. It could just be, the wealth of abundance, of just, gratitude, and just, feeling in a much better place from whatever this situation was. Whatever the situation, it. I do not. It's not my business. But whatever this situation could have been, making that shift, making that move. So I'm going to ask the cards, what needs to be the focus? Because as we kind of got an idea of the situation, kind of the reassessment happening that, we need to, that needs to be evaluated. So let's look at where the focus needs to be. Going forward, where's our focus need to go? The Knight of Coins. Okay. Got the Knight of Coins, the Moon. The cards are sliding all over the place. The Hierophant again. Wow. And right under the Hierophant. The Hierophant and the Hierophant. Okay. This might be an institution or a company. Hierophant's very much about like structures, could be organizations. It can also be marriage, but I don't get the vibe that that's what's happening here. Okay, and the 5 of Wands and the Hermit. So right now, to focus, I feel like there is a sense of slow and steady is going to be key. Sorry if you hear some stuff in the background. My roommates are cooking. Slow and steady is going to be key. You don't have to be stingy or like ration things, but financially, right now, moving forward, just be careful with your finances. Sometimes when things are shifting, especially if like you're switching a job, you're getting your own place, you may need to be very frugal. excuse me, with your finances. The moon is telling me, like, as this tower situation happens, as this change happens, there could be a lot of stuff revealed to you. A lot of stuff about what was going on behind the scenes, because the moon's all about illusions. You know what, and the two little figures here are the tanuki. They're shapeshifters in Japanese mythology, I believe, which is interesting because we have our birds here, our crows or ravens. I'm not sure which ones they are. And the Hierophant. The fives and the twos. Perhaps those are significant numbers. 5 again. A lot of fives happening. So the Hierophant's very significant. You know, where family wishes coming true. So like what? And wells are interesting because it's like the idea of a well is like where's your emotional center in this? Like it could have been for a time like your physical center, that financial center was very solid, it felt good. But as things have started shifting, started changing, that were out of your control and are moving in a way you don't like, your emotional center, that deep well, that deep emotional center, where is that sitting now? You know, and sometimes we do have to go deep and look at that. And the Hierophant in this deck is also I'm trying to remember it's the Buffalo Woman, I believe, in indigenous culture, which is a very healing aspect, but it is about this structure. And it could be that the structure needs to heal, the structure needs to change, and even if it's that you are moving structures, you're moving jobs, you're moving companies, you know, you're moving homes, or even like a location. You know, this needs to happen. And keeping everything, I want to say, like above board. That's why I think I was talking about like we're not gossiping here, but we're listening. We're listening to what's going on. You know, go by the book. You know, if this is a transfer, if this is you need to break a lease, if this is a situation, like make sure you do everything above board. Keep your receipts. I don't know why that just popped in. I just popped to my head. Keep those receipts. Whether it's a physical receipt, get it in writing. Contracts, get anything agreed upon in writing. You know, or it's a physical receipt, like an actual receipt. You were traveling or something, like those kinds of receipts. You know, make sure if you have it in writing, it's an email, it's time-stamped, like just, yeah. Making this big shift, keep those receipts. And so, again, like what we're focusing on, I say take a step back and we're making a plan. It feels like this, because the Hermit is about retreat, taking that step back, going inward. So focus on yourself, focus on where you feel you need to go. You know, what emotionally is like, where are you being led to? Could go back to this, again, this innocent wish. Where do you want to put down roots? This soul idea of like a soul family, your chosen family, your circle of people. You know, where do you want to establish that? How do you want to establish that? And there could be a lot of petty infighting came to mind for some reason. So again, if this is a co-workers, a job situation, or even like a group of friends, like this can be a bit of infighting, but nothing you can't overcome. You know, so if it's a manager or someone coming to you and just they're, you know, again, if they're trying to make you do something you don't want to do, it could be malicious compliance came to mind. I don't know why I'm laughing, but I've never done that before. No. Yeah, but and then also again the idea of kind of keeping this to yourself for now. making sure you reach out to the right people who can help you. Again, the Hierophant can be if you need help, if you need legal advice, if you need a therapist, or you need someone to talk, like a neutral third party to help and give you advice, and give you solid advice too, not this gossip, not anything like that. Like maybe you've heard something, you're like, I don't know how to do this. Reaching out to someone, you know, who could help you in a very official capacity. Because there could just be, again, Five of Wands is like competition, arguments, you know, people maybe being a little petty on the side, but it's nothing you can't handle. It's nothing you can't overcome. It's obnoxious and it's annoying and it doesn't feel good. It sucks, but you can handle this. The Hermit is all about like, let's focus on you. Let's find this, your inner well. Where do you want to go with this? Where do you want to plant your tree? You know, and grow your fruit and take care of your circle of people. Okay, all right. So, you know what? I'm going to go to the Rider Waite and we're going to ask for some advice. Advice for what's going on, maybe confirmation, like what, like I feel that, oh god, I can't even shuffle today. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I feel like this pile going forward, you can get a very solid plan. Again, the Emperor as your significator card is a very stable energy. It's a very stable, solid energy. You have, you know, a good internal compass. You know, the idea of the Emperor is like they are fair, I can talk, a fair and like just ruler. And in your domain, like, you know what's good for you. Oh, Justice. Okay. That's really, with the Hierophant, we have the two Hierophants and Justice. So if this is something you need to seek out legal advice, or HR, you know, if you need to do that, or organization who can help advocate for you, who can step in and be like, hey, this isn't okay, or can just give you advice about like how to make that shift, how to make that move. You know, again, if you're getting out of a situation and moving places, moving away from someone, like a roommate situation or something in that capacity, you know, they could help with housing. As someone who recently got out of a bad roommate situation, I feel that. Okay, Page of Wands. Oh. Okay, good. Jeez. All right. So the cards are just very talkative. And the Tower again. Yeah, okay. So this is a big change that is coming. But this is something you can prepare for. I feel like the cards, the universe, your angels, spirit, the divine, whoever you kind of vibe with, whoever's like in your energy that you feel is trying to give you a heads up so you can make these plans. And I'm feeling with the Page of Wands, I'm feeling like this idea of optimism. Like this feels like a lot. This feels like it could get very heavy, but I feel like the Page of Wands is saying like, follow your passion, follow your heart. It's going to lead you where you need to go. And I feel many of you kind of already know where you need or want to go. But in this case, you know, again, you have the two towers. Okay, that's a joke for nerds. I hope there's some nerds here. If you know, you know. If not, that's okay. Ask me in the comments. I will let you know about all of the movie education of the nerddom that you can come into. But yes, this feels like a very significant message for our pile ones. That there's a big change coming. There's a big shift coming in the foundation of where you are. But it's something you can prepare for. It's something I feel like most of you know what it is. And with the two Hierophants and Justice here, keep receipts. Keep receipts going forward. Keep your ears out. Get things in writing. Know your contracts. Know your rights. If you need to look in, like, you need to look into advocacy groups that could help maybe find some legal advice, find a different housing situation. They can, you know, these kind of groups and organizations can be very helpful. And if you're not sure, ask your community, your trusted group, your soul family, your group of people that you trust. You know, perhaps ask one or two for advice. Because again, this is idea of like, I feel like the direct situation is kind of keep things close. So if it's a work situation, maybe not your coworkers. If it's a roommate situation, you know, maybe not the neighbor who also talks to your roommate kind of deal. So like, yeah, keep this very kind of, I don't want to say closed off, because I don't want people to close themselves off, but, you know, keep it very select, you know, because this is a time of very singular motion, you know, with yourself, where you're moving to, where you're shifting to. But know that, like, you're moving to an energy with wealth and 9 of coins, which is amazing. That is an energy of, like, you standing on your own feet. You are solid in your physical reality, and you're independent. You're independent of whatever was happening over here. You are independent of that now. That shift, however, can be a lot. It can be overwhelming. But with a Justice and the Hierophant, I feel like it's you are in the right. Whatever is happening with these people, this situation, you are moving to a better place, like a much better situation, a better place. You know, whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you are making that very positive shift. So, yeah, we have the 4 coins at the bottom of the pile. So, keeping things kind of close to you right now. And I feel like this goes back to the Knight of Coins, being a bit more frugal right now. Be careful with your money, you know, because, you know, if it's a movement, a shift, you have to leave a situation. You know, having a little nest egg, having something that you can fall back on for a little while these towers are doing their tower thing, could be key. Could definitely be key. Okay, so that is the read, I feel, for pile 1. I love all of you. You can get through this. This is big. For you, this is big. It's a lot. Don't let anyone ever tell you that, oh, it doesn't seem like a big deal. Like, no. It's big for you. Therefore, it is big. It is valid. You're going to get through this. I promise. So, sending you so much love. And I will see you in the next time I read. I hope I get to read for you in the future. But you got this. You really do. So, sending you all the love. Hi, pile 2. So today we are looking at the King of Swords for our pile 2. I almost went into like the intro and I'm like, nope, we already did that. Speaking of which, we have a much more in-depth kind of breakdown of what we're looking at today in the intro. Timestamps will be below. But we are reassessing responsibilities. And again, if you like this little notepad with our froggy on it, I will link the artist, Butte Art, in the description. Along with Lily Lou Art, who did these amazing pins that I'm featuring today. They're all sparkly. Our sun tea. Alright, so let's put this over her. Oh, sniffling today. Alright, so you picked the King of Swords from the last unicorn deck and our sun tea. So we're going to get some oracle cards from our Green Witch Tarot, some runes, and some tokens to kind of, this is this section where we're looking at the energy of the pile, maybe the overall message, what's going on, so you can kind of identify if this is your pile or not, just like a check-in. And if it's not your pile, that's okay. You can check out any of the other piles, and if none of the piles are your pile, there are so many amazing readers here on YouTube, anywhere really on social media. You will definitely find the answer to the questions. So we're going to do our little check-in. All right, so for pile 2, can we get kind of what is the energy? Ooh, seeing you. Oh, okay. No, you got 2. All right. Let's move this over here. Out of the way. Okay. So you got memory, rosemary. I love duality. The bananas of duality. I love this. All right, anyways, sorry. All right, let's see. King of Swords, duality, 27, 16. We have water and fire. We have Leo happening here, a book, the Sun, and the, I always forget what this is called, but it's the Staff of Mercury, Hermes, I believe, but it's like the medical staff with the 2 snakes. I'm getting maybe like healing. Okay. All right, let's get some runes. Oh, 2 runes. Okay. Okie dokie. We're doing our tours. So we have Laguz, the rune of kind of flow, of the depth, emotions. Tiwaz, the spiritual warrior. Ooh, and I just put them down as they came out. This is a rune of water, which we have a water symbol here. And very interesting with the spiritual warrior, because I get that kind of fighter's kind of vibe. Not fighter is like someone who looks like goes out looking for fight, like someone who, the idea of like a spiritual warrior, of like someone who is like disciplined, knows what they want, knows how to get it in a healthy way. Key. But that Leo energy of like, let's go out and do this with our fire here. And the King of Swords too. This king is, fighting dragons here. And we have the Sun tea, again, with Leo and the Sun here. Okay, all right. Let's get some of our token. Got the 2. They're all different colors. Like, they're all different colors. You got 2 of these. All right, so we got... Oh! This token came out for pile 1. You drawn a pile 1? Maybe check that out. If not, that's okay. So this is a token I associate... Because, again, I made these. I painted them. They're just little wooden tokens. But so we have a token of what I consider to be like soul family, your chosen family, your group of people who, that's your people, that's your circle of people, if you will. And we have the rune of ritual. We have these 4 symbols kind of representing the elements, and a god and goddess symbol in silver and gold in the middle. And, ooh. Hello, helicopter. Please hold. Low-flying helicopter. Welcome to this city. Okay, so if I put these... All right, I'm just putting them down as they came out. Okay. So I'm getting the feeling of a situation that literally has 2 sides here. We're talking about a duality. And I'm getting the sense that like one is very outward facing, what the world sees, and one is very inward. That is really just you. Both have been a fight. And I'm not talking maybe like a physical fight, like I don't know if struggle is the right word. I'm not sure how to phrase it. Again, I'm still getting used to reading for like a collective. I'm used to reading a very one-on-one. So sometimes getting kind of messages or thoughts that come in that are very abstract and then trying to put them into words, it's like, we're working on it. It's part of my journey. So I'm getting the feeling that this pile are bananas of duality, if you will. You've been working on a deep dive internally. You've been doing a lot of healing. You've been looking deep into your emotions and really finding like your chosen family. You've been, yeah, like, dang. Applaud you, because that is not easy. That is not easy. The King of Swords here, I'm getting the feeling of there's been not only a healing of like on an emotional level, but on, yes, like I look at different parts of the body as in like your mental body, your spiritual body, your emotional body, your physical body. So this feels like a balance and a healing of the mental and the emotional. Because the King of Swords is someone who is very solid in who they are and where they stand. They can kind of cut through the BS, sometimes because they've been through it. So it's like they can recognize the patterns of unhealthy patterns that perhaps they were a part of in the past, because in the past that could have been part of their survival. So, but the sun tea is like the sun is coming out. The sun is coming out of our, the sun is coming out of the clouds in this capacity. Oh, and I'm just seeing like this little crown here. I don't know, I'm just getting like a very similar vibe. I just think that's real cute. Oh, excuse me, spirit's talking. Ooh, that one had a flavor. Anyways, so on the outside, I'm getting a feeling a lot of people have seen the more spiritual shift of you. You've been changing your routine. Perhaps you've been studying. You went back to school, or you picked up a new hobby or a new pastime that's been like, yeah, it's involved a lot of studying, and just working on like letting your light shine, finding your routine, finding your balance. And I say routine when I'm pointing to the ritual coin or token coin, because it is ritual. Like the daily habits we do from day to day can be very ritualistic. The idea of like getting up, making yourself a breakfast, doing a meditation or yoga or an exercise routine, or getting ready for work, or just like that, or even winding down for bed. These habits that we put in place that we do to just kind of make our day into a structure that's very fulfilling to us, like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. That can be, part of that ritual, if you will, these habits. And it's been really, because Leo is typically like a very outward sign. I don't want to say like social butterfly, because I'm technically a Leo and I'm not the most social person. But it's the idea of what everyone else has seen, what everyone else, like they see this, they're seeing this side of you that you've been working on, and you've been working on this side as well. This fire and water, you've been working on both. All right, so let's get some more information on this. Let's get so that's kind of the energy I'm getting for where this read is going. And if it does not resonate with you, that is okay. You can check out any of the other piles. I'm trying to figure out how this is going to go. Or again, there's going to be other reads always available. Try to decorate and end up making a mess. Trying to make sure these are still in frame. It's like, maybe not. All right, let's get some tea leaves. Oh, all right. Okay, so, all right, seeing you. Can we get some more information about what is happening? Oh, okay. Ask and you shall receive. All right, here we go. Let's put these over here out of the way. So, really, we have more room. We have a ton of space in which to work in, and you just gotta work with it. All right. So you came out first. So gavel. Involvement with the law. Okay. Broken wishbone. Wish will not be granted. Mountain road. You are on the road to success. Key. Successful outcome to your problems. Ooh, okay. So just a side note, the gavel here with involvement with the law and the key were pretty significant messages that came out, or symbols that came out in pile 1. Just putting it out there. If you maybe were drawn to pile 1, check that out. There could be some information to help you out. All right, so let's get it going. Again, this is the last unicorn deck. It's so shiny. Okay, could we get a clarifier? So we're asking right now, I think, well, no, let's get some more information about the situation. Okay. I don't, It's a lot happening right now. Okay, there's our 4. I love this one. Sorry. The lovers. There's actually 2 lovers cards in this particular deck. This is the alternate version. Let's leave it there. All right, so the gavel, involvement with the law, and the lovers. There may have been a situation where you had to make a decision that was very overwhelming. Like you had to get an attorney or some kind of official involved in your situation. Strength. Wow, okay. And wish will not be granted. There could have been an outcome you were really, really hoping for, but it did not come to pass. But in some ways, that has made you much stronger. Let's get judgment. Wow, you have all major arcanas happening here. All right, I want to take a peek. Yeah, okay, and the Emperor, which also came out in pile 1. Your situation is pretty big. You have all of these are major arcana cards. The major arcana in a typical deck is 78 cards. Only 21 of those are major arcanas, and they typically signify big things happening. And all of these are major arcana. So this is a very significant period of time. I need like a fidget tool. Okay. So even though this was not granted, this gave you a lot of strength in some ways. You're like, okay, all right, I'm going to find a different road. And it might be challenging, but judgment here is saying like, you know, it was the right road to take. Sometimes what we wish for doesn't necessarily mean it's what's right for us, even if we don't see it that way. Even if at the time we're like, no, I really, really want this. And the outcome that could be shaping up right now for you is much more stable, is much more, I don't want to say significant, because I feel like that's dismissing this wish, you know, the outcome you had hoped for. And in some way it was blocked. It became either overwhelming, or the situation became like what was once like, oh, this is going to be great, became just absolutely overwhelming. And that could very much have been a part of what you were breaking away from. You know, what you're healing from, what you're moving on from here. And especially with like the Leo energy here, strength is a Leo card. So really digging in, and you found your inner strength. You found that deep well of solid, like, emotional energy. Yeah, wow. Dang, pile two. Dang. I don't know what else to say, but dang. Yeah, so it feels like, this feels like it's showing kind of a journey of where you've been and where you're going to. And I also feel like the cards are saying, like, this has been big. Take a moment and, like, celebrate yourself, because this is big. You are on the road to success. Successful outcome to your problems. And you have the Emperor here. The Emperor is the fourth in the major arcana, and fours are very stable. They're very solid energy. And Judgment is number 20, and it's not, again, it 21, so it's not the last card in the major arcana. It's the 20th, so it's right before the like, we've reached the end of this particular chapter, and now we get to turn a new page. So you are coming out of this, and you're very close. You're very close to making that shift, because you've done the work. You have done some work. You've done that healing, on both sides. This duality, you've done the healing on both sides. And memory makes me think of, just healing the past. Healing the past so you can move forward, so you can move on that mountain road. You can find the keys to your success because you've done this healing. You've moved on from a situation that may have been great in the beginning, but it just took a turn, and you were like, nope, I gotta leave. And that took a lot of strength. To change that situation, that took a lot of strength. All right. I have my little, like, fidget palm stone. It's selenite. In case you're wondering what I'm fiddling with. Oh. All right. Well, you wanted to stay behind, so no worries. I was going to go... I was moving to a new deck. All right, so I'm going to get the deck of the Divine over here. But real quick, we have... Yeah, okay, the Ten of Coins. They're saying you are moving to a much better situation. Again, this, I feel like right next... I'm going to park that right next to the Emperor. Yeah, you're moving from this very overwhelming, disappointing maybe, situation. And you're moving into a situation. You are very close to moving into a place of... The Ten of Coins is about financial stability. It can also be your physical reality, your physical environment around you, a home. With the soul family here, this kind of soul family token, your circle of people, finding that group of people, whether it's, your blood family, your chosen family, however that looks for you, however that reality is for you, finding them, finding those people who will stand by your side. For sure. All right. All right, how do we do this? All right, we'll just kind of lay these on top. Okay, so we've gotten a bit more of the situation. I'm not sure, because previous pile we looked at, like, what we needed to reassess, kind of let go of. Let's ask. What we need to reassess, maybe let go of. Oh, I touched it. The Knight of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Chariot. I think at this point, opportunity is coming. You don't have to rush into it. It's coming to you. The change is coming. The Chariot here is about change, taking the reins. You get to... You're in the driver's seat kind of vibe. And it's coming to you. So you don't have to rush it. I love this card. This figure is just like riding a goat and just going for it with this, wielding a spoon. And that, that is certainly a vibe, and that could have been part of your journey, is rediscovering that, because Wands is a fire suit, and we have a lot of Leo energy here. Rediscovering that fire within you. You know, rediscovering that playful side. You know, that playful side that is willing to get out there and just have fun and do your thing. You know, despite what other people might think or say. But it's coming to you. And this could be perhaps a new opportunity even in like a creative pursuit. You know, if there's something that you're passionate about, it could be in writing. Maybe you're writing a book. Maybe that's very specific. But it could be a creative endeavor. I feel like something that's creative to you. That could be part of this road that you left something else and you're moving down, and you're moving into a more creative mindset. Again, I feel like this hasn't really necessarily been of like what you need to let go of, but I get the feeling that this is like not a reassessment, but an assessment of your journey so far. I'm just getting the sense that the cards, the divine spirit source, you know, your angels, your guides, whoever's with you, is saying, take a moment, take a breath, and look at where you've come. Look at how far you have traveled. You know, you're coming into your own. You don't have to rush to get there. It's coming to you. You know, and I feel like it's coming too. The Chariot's a pretty fast energy. We have a lot of water here, which is, it's not the fastest, but it's a pretty swift moving energy. And the Wands is a very swift moving energy too. Like, it's coming. You don't have to rush it. You know, it's wonderful that you've come into kind of your spiritual fire. I get that. Yeah, I'm just getting like this spiritual fire that you've discovered and, you know, really have found and really enjoy. And I get the sense that like the idea of reevaluation is more of a take a moment and realize how far you've come, because it has been a journey, an amazing journey, a hard journey, you know, a difficult and overwhelming journey that, you know, yeah. I just focused suddenly on the broken bone here, and it could have been some things metaphorically were broken. You know, that could have been relationships, that could have been like some things you maybe had to break things off with, you know, something, someone, but it's definitely not the situation you'd wanted or hoped for. You know, but I don't want to say forced you, but it made you realize there's a different road that you can walk. You know, and maybe you found your calling in this capacity, on this road, moving forward. You found the path you wanted to walk. And because of that, because this is your passion, you have a lot of fire energy happening here. That's your passion. You're finding your success in that. You're finding your stability. You know, you're finding, you know, your wealth. 10 of coins is like, oop. Yes, stability. Thank you. Thank you, Emperor. We appreciate it. But you can see these coins, you know, happening here. And obviously, like gold leaf. All the cards have this gold leaf on it. But there's, you know, these coins over here just kind of stacked up. You know, the ability to start, you know, saving. A savings account, a retirement fund. Like, your Roth, whatever it is. You know, whatever it is. Like, that ability and that freedom, you know, is coming. All right. Wow. Okay. I feel like yours is very, very straightforward. Is incredibly straightforward in this particular capacity. All right. So do we have any advice for pile 2? Advice, confirmations, anything we would like to share? I'm feeling that first one. The Chariot again. All right. And again, you have to mind the strawberry washi tape, because YouTube doesn't like any strawberry patches showing. in any capacity. But the strawberry washi tape is also by the same person who did the frog notepad. So again, that link will be in the description. Anyways, so sevens could be significant to you. We have 27 here. We have 7. We have 7. We have... Wait, did we have... No, that's 8. Okay. That's 6. All right. Anyways. Okay, let's see. Who else we got? Knight of Pentacles. Yes, I feel like this is a direct contrast to our Knight of Wands here. The advice is you don't have to rush this. You've been moving forward at such a pace. I feel like it's like, let's take a breath. And look at the difference between these two chariots. They have the same, you know, again, it's the chariot, but a very different imagery. This one's been charging forward on like rough, choppy seas. And, you know, they've been, I get the feeling they've been moving for quite some time. This chariot's kind of at rest. It's moving. It's a vehicle of movement. But our sphinxes down here are just, they're taking a moment. So I'm getting the idea of like, you're moving forward. That is not stopping. But take a moment, maybe slow down a bit. It's gonna come, no matter what. Success is coming. But take a moment. You can move forward, but you don't have to push it. Don't force it. Don't push it. You don't have to. You know, slow and steady. Slow and steady is going to win your race. Like, it's going to come, but I feel like this... Okay. I'm getting the feeling like the Knight of Pentacles is going to give you more of that Ten of Pentacles energy. You know, slow and steady is going to help you build that foundation to stand on. Again, the Emperor's about, over here is about that stable foundation. It's going to give you more of that. Again, it's going to take a little longer, but it's going to come. But the way it comes to you, the way the energy, the way it manifests for you, could be even more. If you just let go, take a moment, take a breath, you know, realize that it's going to come no matter what. You don't have to push. You don't have to force. You've been moving at such a pace. You've been pushing forward, and that is amazing. But I feel like the cards are saying you can take this moment. Two of Swords. For some reason, the phrase "you don't have to choose anymore" popped in my head. And that might be very specific for a very particular person or persons out there. And duality. This is about duality again. With our bananas. I love this deck. You know, the bananas of duality. Maybe treat yourself. Have a banana split. Have yourself a treat. Like, bananas are kind of sweet. I don't know why banana split came up. Maybe I'm hungry. I'm probably hungry. Sorry. I get hangry sometimes. But yeah, this duality, this healing, it could be a time of where you're merging these two together. This internal change that you've made with this external change. And you don't have to hide this internal one maybe anymore. Yeah. You get to make that choice. You know, now it's your choice to make. No one can force that on you. And you'll know when it's right for you. You know, to reveal that kind of healing, that emotional depth. And you know, being honest with perhaps what you've gone through or where you're going to, you know, your circle of people. Because they've perhaps seen this part, you know, the memory, this kind of healing. You know, this drive forward, this passion that you've been doing, this passionate project or path that you've been walking. But maybe some of them have not been aware of this very deep, you know, emotional healing you've been doing as well. But you get to make that decision, you know, and that could be part of this kind of slowing down, taking a breath, slow and steady forward. You know, you get to make that choice now. I don't know, I just feel like another one. All right, Seven of Swords. I get the feeling in the sense that some of that choice was taken away from you. I don't know what it was. And I don't think I'm meant to know, because it's not my business. But a sense that, like, a lot of choices perhaps were taken from you in the past. And that could be what we're moving on from here. This energy, where you've started your journey. And you've come to a point where you get to make that decision. And it could be just sitting with yourself, taking a moment, sitting with yourself, sitting with your energy, and realizing your journey and where you've come and how far you've come. And taking off this blindfold. This person has a blindfold on. And then you'll know how to proceed forward. You'll know where to go. Because you don't have to be, you get to make the decisions now. No one else. And you got the Chariot here twice. And that's about, I feel at least, taking the reins. Taking control of a situation. You get to drive. No one else. Yeah. Give yourself some time to balance out. Again, twos. Twos here. So, duality. Give yourself time to find your balance. To ground yourself. To find this balance between these two. This memory and duality. This inner journey you've been on. This outward journey you've been on. And find the balance between the two of them. Allow those things to come together. The Lovers, again, is also about decisions, ultimately, with our twos, with our Two of Swords here, but also about a union, about things coming together and blending together in this very harmonious, balanced way. So I feel like the cards are giving you a hella thumbs up right now. Like, energetic high five all around to everybody. You are amazing. You have come so far. You really have. And you have a little bit more to go. In this particular path, in this chapter of your life. And then you get to start a brand new chapter, and that's amazing. That's freaking awesome. But take some time. Take some time. Ground yourself. Realize your journey. Realize how far you've come. And find your balance. Been doing a lot of juggling. But you get to make that choice. You get to decide where you want to go. Four of Cups. Yeah. You don't... Whatever is coming in, you get to decide whether you take it or not. So these opportunities coming for you... that sounds ominous. Not coming for you. Coming to you. You get to decide. You get to choose whether you take that cup or not. Because you got 3 cups down here. You're good. You can be like, I'll think about it. You get to make that choice. No one else gets to decide that for you. You do. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, Pile 2. That is awesome. Thank you for letting me read for you. I forgot to do my outro in Pile 1. Oopsies. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out, for listening. If you liked what I did or what I read, or you liked the read or the channel, or you just like the vibe, please like and subscribe. It's super helpful. We're still a tiny channel. I'm trying to grow. And I hope to do more of these for the community in the future, because I just really love reading for people. And this is, again, my group of friends, my little circle of people has been very encouraging for this. So we're going to give it a try. I'm going to give it a shot. And I hope you liked what was happening. Oh, okay. People knocking stuff around. Also, all of the links for the pen, for the pads, the notepads, the cards I used, any of the tools, those will be in the description. So please check those out. Check out those artists. They're amazing people. They're some of my real life friends. And I really, really appreciate it. So I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. So you chose the 5 of Swords and the Divine or Mystic Eye pin here. So again, we have a much more in-depth breakdown in the intro, and the timestamp will be in the description below. And if you do like this little froggy notepad, I will also put the artist, Butte Art. They are an amazing artist and very nice person. I've met them in real life. They are awesome. So I'll put the link to their shop below, as well as Lily Lou Art, who is the artist of all of these pins and does some beautiful watercolors. You can check out their shop as well. Okay. And no, I'm not sponsored. I just do this because I am also an artist, so I'm like, yes, I'm going to show all of my arts friends. They're cool people. Anyways, all right, let's move forward. So this is interesting to get for Significator card, the Five of Swords. So we're going to get some more information. We're going to get some oracle cards. I'm going to get some runes and tokens. But I'm getting the vibe with this pin, because we have this mystic eye here, that maybe you are seeing the situation for what it really is and not what you thought it was. So this is a portion of the read where we're getting a little more information about the message. You can kind of see the energy of the read. If this is something you resonate with, amazing. If not, this may not be your pile. You can check out any of the other piles here. If none of the reads vibe, that's okay. There are some amazing readers here on YouTube, all over social media. You will definitely find the answer to your question. So, and also, if all of the reads are more than one pile resonates with you, amazing. More power to you. All right, let's get, this is the Green Witch Tarot. So let's see what's our situation? What are the energies we're working in? What is the situation for our pile threes? Ooh, okay. This is, all right, interesting. Ooh, all right. Affection. Okay. Okay, I'm already getting a sense. We'll get some more information in a minute, but because we have this couple in the background, this figure in the foreground, it's kind of like what, I don't know, I'm just getting the affection that might be a relationship. Doesn't have to be romantic, nothing of that capacity. If it is, that's awesome if that's something you resonate with. I'm getting the sense that this is about perhaps seeing a relationship in for what it is. You know, I'm getting the sense with this cat reflected in our mirror here. Whoop, we're up too high. You know, that could be part of our reassessment. And we have the sign of Taurus here. So you or someone else could have significant Taurus placements in your rising, moon, or sun sign. And the kind of, not duality, the juxtaposition, I don't know if that's the correct word, but these, because they're not opposites. Fire and water are opposites, just like earth and air are opposites. But it's this shift of like going from perhaps a very passionate energy, this very fiery energy, to a much more, perhaps looking at the situation from a much more grounded reality, something that's more grounded, that you can see the reflection of what it is. You can see the truth. So and this could be something you're in the process of. Perhaps this is something you need to be made aware of. But we'll find out. All right. So let's get rune. Ooh, okay. Dagas. That is kind of the rune of dawn. But it's very illuminating. I get the sense, because I always see it as like, you have the two beginnings of these mountains. So there's like a little valley happening in the middle here. Yeah, something's coming to light. But I feel like this is because this is a very positive rune. there's some runes that are like, whew, they have some energy going on with them, which is good, and again, can be very, very insightful. Dagaz has a very positive energy to it. All right, let's get a token. These are little wooden tokens that many, many years ago I painted, and just I don't remember my exact thought process with it, but I just painted these little scenes on them, and I've just used them in in my practice. So we have this image of these two hands breaking a chain. Yeah, so I'm getting the feeling that this read is about breaking a cycle. Whether this is a situation for you, it's with a person or a group of people, there is some kind of break that is either coming, or you're in the process of, or it's like you are somewhere in the middle of it, but you're seeing the situation for what it is. And I just realized I forgot to take the sun tea pin off the board, off my desk. I feel it's a little significant right now, too. This pin is about the sunshine coming out of the clouds. It's coming out of this cup of tea. So so if anyone's ever heard the phrase, spilling the tea, it's kind of like, it's a little bit of gossip, but it's also hearing a little bit about the truth sometimes. So it could have been, maybe you heard this truth or a version of this truth from someone else. I don't know. That could be that's a very, very specific detail, so that might not resonate for everybody. But all right, so we'll actually put that to the side. Move our cards over. Let's move you over here. Make sure you're still in frame. There we go. All right, speaking of tea, wow, all these bottom cards want to stay over. All right, let's get some tea leaves. We've been doing our daily tea. Ooh. Oh, okay. Ooh. Cards are shuffling a little messy. I don't know. We'll keep that in mind. Seeing a situation for what it is it's sometimes messy. Yeah, that's so that is the energy, the message that's coming through here. If that does not resonate with you, this may not be your pile. That's okay. You can check out any of the other piles. If you're not 100% sure, you can always hang out, keep listening. Sometimes there's little snippets, little messages here and there that might resonate. But you know what's best for you. Okay. Pin. A new job or career. Oh, okay. Scissors. Disappointment in some affair. Teardrops. Great personal sorrow. That's interesting with the eyes here. So whatever was seen, this truth, was difficult. Was very, very difficult. Bell. Announcement. Yeah, this... Sorry, I just had to take a breath because this feels very heavy, and not in a bad way. It just... like, it's a lot. It's a lot to process, but it was very important to do so. Crying and tears are very cleansing. They can be very healing, and taking the time to sit with yourself, to sit with the situation, and cut the scissors here. I'm seeing like cutting cords, cutting connections. If it is no longer healthy or safe to be in this situation. And it's interesting because we've got this kind of spotlight with all these sparkles around these figures in the background. So that it's like it was like rose tinted glasses, like seeing the situation for like romanticizing it, or again, seeing it through like those rose tinted glasses, and you finally take them off and you realize that wasn't the truth. That wasn't the truth of the situation. And again, I don't know the exact situation. In your you will know in your personal reality, in your physical world, you will know. But it's not my business to know. So I'm reading for a collective. This is usually a little different because I'm used to reading very one-on-one. So this is new for me, but we're learning. We are learning here. Yeah. So I'm getting the feeling with breaking these chains, you had to break something off. You know, you had to kind of look in the mirror and really be honest with yourself. And that was very hard. Very, very hard to do. And if this is a situation that maybe you're not sure about, but you're like, you have some, your intuition might be telling you one thing, even if you want to tell yourself, no, 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 it can't be that. It won't be that. It can't, I don't know. Listen to it. Listen to your intuition. This could be a situation where it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. There will be disappointments. You might have to cut some things off. But there's going to be, with new job, career, yes, this could be, if this is a work situation, a career situation, having to find a new job, a new career is super hard. If it's something in your personal life, if this is a relationship with another person, finding that new path. Maybe you have to make an announcement of like, nope, I'm out. I'm done. Yeah. All right, so let's get some clarifiers with our last unicorn deck. So I'm going to get a clarifier for our pin. Our pin card. All right. All right, I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh. This card came out. It was the first card to come out in pile 2. So if pile 2, if you're coming in from pile 2, welcome. This might be an indicator that this is also your pile. Or this could be like, just if pile 2 kind of spoke to you, maybe check it out. Yeah, the Lovers is interesting. There's actually 2 Lovers cards in this deck. This is the alternate one. And the Lovers card, like, yes, it can be about relationships and romance, but it's ultimately about choice. It's about entities or things kind of coming together to be harmonious with each other. I'm getting the sense that, so the situation right now could be that either it was overwhelming or smothering in this case. Tree has great tracts of land, we'll just say. But again, I don't feel like it's from a malicious point of view. This tree is just loving, but it's a bit much. It's a bit much in this particular capacity. So that could be something that has been driving you to take a pause and reevaluate what's going on around you, to look for a new situation, whether it's a job, career, a different living situation, a different personal situation with a person. That could be part of this breaking away. It was very overwhelming. It was just a little too much. All right, scissors. Can we get a clarifier for scissors? Oh, I saw you. Judgment also came out. I shuffled the deck twice. Judgment also came out in pile 2. We're getting a lot of major arcanas. Apparently, this is just a major arcana day. But we are doing a reassessment. That's kind of what we're asking about. So, this is kind of big things. Yeah, disappointment in some affair. Okay. I'm reading for like a collective, so for some people this situation could have been you thought this was your calling, and it no longer feels that way. You know, or you thought this was like your person, You thought this is it. This is the perfect, whatever it was, but you were seeing it perhaps through a very rose tinted, that very rose, that very like overly positive, like it's got to be this. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we want something, and again, one of our cards here is affection. That's whether it's through it's a platonic affection, a romantic affection, a familial affection, one from your family, your chosen family, or your blood family. It was like this was supposed to be, the solid group, or the job, the career, the path that was going to be everything. And it has been disappointing. And that's hard. And it could be that this could still be, if it's like a job, career, it could definitely still be something like a path you can walk towards, but with the scissors, those imagery I'm getting of like, there may be some things you need to cut out. All right, so can we get a clarifier? Oh, all right, for tears, the Magician. You got, wow, okay. Pile 2 and pile 3 had like all major arcanas. So this is some big stuff. This is some really big stuff. Yeah, this situation has been rough. Like emotionally, across the board, it's been rough. But I'm getting the sense here, a lot of purples. I just saw that, sorry, spicy brain. A lot of purples here. Which is, those purples, that kind of violet energy is very kind of third eye chakra, your intuition. So I'm getting the sense is, you have amazing ability. You have the power to walk your path, to make these, big choices, but you have to rely on your own power. You have to break the cycles that have not been healthy. Excuse me. My throat got really dry. Hold on. Speaking of which, it could be in the past that you had difficulty speaking up about your situation, or difficulty like articulating it, even difficulty asking for help. But you can break that cycle. And again, we have the rune of dawn. You can illuminate the situation. And this is a rune of success as well. Excuse me. Yeah, so there could have definitely been something with the throat chakra. Yeah, suddenly my throat is very dry. Whew. So that could have been something that was affected by the situation, losing your voice, and not that you couldn't speak, but it was, you couldn't speak up for yourself. Yeah. And so like grounding yourself, taking a moment to sit with yourself and kind of reflect the situation back to you, this little kitty cat, has led you to some pretty profound insights. Again, with the eyes here, seeing the situation for what it is. But the Magician is also one of like great personal power, incredible personal power. But moving forward on your own, yeah, that can be kind of a scary situation. All right, let's get, I'm seeing this one. The Empress. Yeah, okay. You can move forward on your own, and the Empress is about abundance. You're seeing this person, this figure, they're in a kitchen and they're cooking up a meal. There's all these vegetables and food here around there cooking. We have our pirate peg-legged cat. Again, if you've seen the movie, you know. But they are, again, they're a very nurturing energy. And in a way, moving forward, it's like you can make that announcement. You know, I'm going to take care of myself. You know, I'm going to love me. I'm going to take care and nurture myself. Because you can. And again, all major arcana. This is a big move. This is a big move. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I just want to draw another card. Queen of Wands. Oh, okay. We got this figure twice. And Queens and the Empress, again, this is about energies. This is a very kind of nurturing energy. It's not about gender. And the Queen of Wands is like a master of... They know what they want as far as like their passions go, and that their creativity, you know, where they want to take their passions. And again, I'm not talking about, it could be in a romantic sense. For some of you, this could be in like a situation with another person in a romantic sense. And I think for some of you also, it's establishing your own creativity. An announcement. I'm getting the vibe of like, maybe you've been thinking about like opening your own small business, your own shop, starting your own thing away from this, you know, and moving out of this situation, this energy, and realizing you have the power. And it could have been that you were taken advantage of in the past because that was your passion. That was your calling. Something you wanted to do, something you loved, you know, but a lot of times the things we love to do, oh boy, that hits home. Okay. Sorry. As far as like having something you love to do, you can't see yourself not doing it. And having someone take advantage of that. And it get very toxic, and it gets very overwhelming and bad. Just not a good place in any capacity. And having to make that move to be independent, to nurture yourself, to establish your own. I've been there. So, yeah. Eight of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. A lot of Wands energy, a lot of fire energy. We've got the fire here, fire. So making that move and moving away from this situation, not only can you do it, not only do you have this power to do it, you can make that change. You can make that change and make it pretty quickly, I feel. You can make that move to do your own thing, to nourish yourself, to be that independent queen. And again, non-gendered, but the queen energy, that divine feminine energy, because it's the idea of we have divine masculine, divine feminine, and sometimes it's a mix, and sometimes it's in between, and sometimes it's, you know, but the idea of this divine feminine energy where you are nurturing yourself, for yourself. And I want to say by yourself, and not as like, you'll never find a companion or anything like that. No. But like the idea that you love yourself, you know, in all aspects. You can nurture yourself in all aspects. You can sit with yourself and be happy with yourself. Keep yourself company before having a companion, if that's something you want. Like, not everybody's into that. So, but yeah, very much the idea of self-love. Oh, and I just saw it. There's a little heart. There's a little heart right here. Right there. Kind of hidden. So maybe you don't have to hide your heart anymore. You know, you can be yourself. You can love yourself. You know, be in that energy of nurturing yourself. And then that capacity, you also end up nurturing others. So if this is a creative pursuit you're moving to, you know, to be independent in your creativity, like, yes, that nourishes you, but it may surprise you how much it nourishes other people too. So, all right. Let's get Tarot of the Divine. All these decks will be listed in the description. I just brain is braining real good today. Okay. So, we kind of have a situation right now. We kind of have a read on what's going on for the collective. And we definitely talked about the situation. We also talked about like what perhaps we need to reassess or let go of. So is there any other advice for what needs to be reassessed? What needs to maybe let go to help move out of one situation into a better situation, to move forward? Queen of Cups. The Nine of Wands. Again, the Queens. It's very kind of internal, nurturing energy. Yeah. Nurture your heart. You know, moving into a place where you are putting yourself first. Both your emotional body and your spiritual body. You know, what is fulfilling for you in a spiritual and emotional capacity. And spiritual doesn't necessarily mean religious. It can just be like what fills you with joy. You know, what really kind of motivates you on a day-to-day basis. And finding that and nurturing it. With the Empress here, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups. Very, very watery card. This is a beautiful mermaid. Anyways. Distracting. Spicy brain. The Nine of Wands. Yeah, this has been... Oh, okay. This is interesting because you have the 9 and then the 10. Again, another major arcana here with the Wheel of Fortune. This could definitely be an endurance trial. It's not easy, but I'm definitely getting the message of persistence in this case. And it's the 9, and we're moving into the 10. So you are at the point where if you are starting this journey or if you're in the middle of this journey, you know, it's going to... Because again, we had the 8 of Wands before. Now we're at the 9 of Wands. Things are moving. Things can move fast. It may not be comfortable. You know, you may have all of these talking skulls around you, just chatter, gossip, just bleh, you know, but you can make through this. You can absolutely stand your ground, you know, and it's a long journey because what feels like a long journey is coming to a turning point. You have the Wheel of Fortune here. Things are shifting. Things are moving. This is definitely a card about movement. And we have the web here. And I got... So I just got the phrase, like, the tangled webs we weave in my brain. So I don't know if whatever the situation is, like, the truth comes out. You know, again, the situation for what it was versus what it is. The truth comes out. Yeah, sometimes the best defense is to let these talking heads talk, because they're going to burn themselves out. I mean, they're on fire. I mean, that's a very literal thing. But, you know, protect yourself. You see this queen is kind of holding her hand over the cup. You know, you can protect yourself, protect your heart. Yeah, I'm definitely getting the sense of, like, focus on you and what you need. Ignore this background noise, if you will. You know, what you need to do in your life, you know. Only you know. Because at the end of the day, you're the only one who lives in your head and your heart. No one else. So don't build your life around the expectations of others. And that can be scary sometimes. Especially when we've spent so many long time being raised in a capacity of, you know, being raised in a capacity of, how do I put this? You know, pleasing other people, making sure that the choices we make benefit them and make them comfortable, and not, you know, what's best for us. So, but sometimes you just gotta let these talking heads catch fire. Let them burn. Do your thing. You know, continue forward. You can even see, this is a Baba Yaga house. You can see the little chicken feet, the rooster tail here. But it's kind of hard to see. It looks like there's light coming out of the window, but it almost also looks like it's on fire from the inside out. And I'm just getting the sense of like the nonsense that is happening around you, you know, as you shift away from this, as you move away into this, you know, nurturing, you know, really just self-love energy. Let them again, let the talking heads burn themselves out, because the Wheel of Fortune, things are changing. You know, if they want to get tangled in their web, that, you know, this tangled web that they've woven, let them. That's their choice. Okay, so do we have any other advice? We have definitely a sense of like kind of what we need to focus on, which is yourself. You know, focusing on your emotional and spiritual sense of self. So, any advice for what perhaps needs to be let go? Ooh. What we need to move. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes. The Star. Again, 2 major arcanas. A lot of major arcanas happening here. This is a big change, but it's for the better, because you had the Wheel of Fortune here, which is the middle of the major arcana. It's the shift, the turn. The World is right next to it. That is the end of the major arcanas. That's like moving into the best of the best. Things finally like coming full circle. You know, moving into this beautiful energy. And if this is a situation of you're moving away from a person, a relationship, it could be eventually finding, you know, the right person. If you're moving away from a situation, a job, anything like that, it could be finding the right company. And the Star is here saying, have hope. It may be scary right now. Again, we have these two figures with the 9s, you know, and all these on fire talking skulls or whatever. Being scary, but they're just, you know, they're just skulls. At the end of the day, they're just skulls on a stick. You know, have hope. Have hope. This situation is going to turn around. It may seem really scary and overwhelming right now, but there will be an absolute celebration. And if this is a situation of a relationship, whether it's platonic or romantic, the 4 of Wands is also like, I mean, it's kind of a literal wedding card, if you will. So it could be you are moving on to a much, much better, more healthy, stable situation. Yeah. So wonderful energy you're moving towards. I freaking love that so much, because this is a lot. And if you look, we're moving out of this kind of darker purples and blues, and we're moving into these like bright oranges. Like even here, it's a lot of blue, and we're moving into these bright oranges and golds on this side. So a literal color shift across the board. Okay, so do we have... Whoa! Didn't even get to finish asking my question. Okay, any final messages or advice? Okay. Some of the cards would be like, no, you don't even get to talk. Yeah. The biggest thing... again, pardon the washi tape, because YouTube doesn't like strawberry patches showing, if you will. So the strawberry washi tape is by the same person who did the lily pad notepad. So just letting you know, those will be in the description. Anyway, So definitely the devil, again, a big major arcana card with the devil, Two of Wands, and the 10 of Coins. The biggest obstacle you're going to have in this. It's interesting we have the two of Wands here. It's kind of like a choice. Paths you can take. The devil's about limiting beliefs. You know, what are the lies we tell ourselves? Because it's the narrative that's been laid out for us. It's the narrative that we've been told, so we turn around and tell it again and again and again, whether it's to other people or to ourselves. But the chains here are super loose. You can take those off. It's hard, but if you can have the choice, you see this person kind of holding a globe. They're looking forward. And they're looking at the devil card. And again, the eyes here, seeing the situation for its truth. You know, seeing that you don't have to stay. You don't have to stay in this energy. You can move on to the 10 of Coins, which is about abundance, stability, material wealth. It could be money. It could be a home, a family. It's just moving on. You know, moving into that much more stable energy. Much more fulfilling energy. And we have the 10 of Coins, which is the end of, before you get into the court cards, it's the end of the coins, the coin suit, and the world together. So you have a choice. Again, free will is free will. I can sit here and pontificate all day about all the different options you have. Like, at the end of the day, the choice is yours. You have free will always. The cards, I feel, are suggesting, in this particular case, you get to choose how you move forward. You can move forward with limiting beliefs. And it's interesting that it's over here where we had the purples and the blues, these kind of cold colors. And we have the 10 of Coins over here with these bright yellows and golds and oranges. So I think that's the advice, is like, you have to choose the path and then you have to walk it. And that's hard. It's not easy. But you can do it. You can do it. There is so much encouragement here with the World, the Wheel of Fortune, the Empress, all of these queens here, the Star. The Star is a card of hope. And and we have the Sun. The Sun is the biggest yes you can ever get in the tarot deck. It's the Sun. It's like these two go together very much. You know, it's the dawn, it's the light breaking. Yeah, it's the sun coming out. It's joy and a happiness, and like this is what you can move towards, but this is what you deserve. This is absolutely what you deserve. You deserve the sun. You know, you deserve this sunshine, this joy. And again, all this orange and gold over here. You know, I don't know, for some reason I just got the idea of like maybe wearing more oranges and golds, kind of warmer colors. If that's something you want to do, just, it can sometimes be like just that reminder, like something, little things you can do just to remind yourself that you're walking this path, you know, and you're deliberately making this change for the better. So pile 3, whew, there's a lot going on, but you also have so much hope, literally, so much hope and light coming your way. But you got to walk that path. And I know you can. You have the strength to do it. You absolutely do. You can break the patterns, you know, that have been unhelpful, these limiting beliefs. You can break away from that. You can break those chains. Literally, break the chains. You can do it. You can do it. All right, so before we do our outro, let's just take a breath. I'm going to focus on this sun card. The sun card. It's your card. Right here. You got this. Okay? So thank you so much for letting me read for you. Please like and subscribe. You can share the video, share the channel. Super appreciate it. We're still very tiny, so I appreciate all of the support. Let me know if something resonated with you in the comments. I'm always curious. Or just leave a cute little emoji. Oh, I forgot to do that this time. We'll put some in the descriptions. But have fun. Have fun in the comments. As long as everybody is respectful to each other, have fun. So again, all of this, the links for the pins, for the notepad, for these cards, also my shop, because I am an artist, and I've got stickers and keychains and art prints, all of that. All of it will be in the description, so please check that out. And I will see you next time. And until then, take care of yourself, sending you so much love, and I will see you next time. Bye.